My name is Victoria Hayes, and I'm 52 years old. I've spent the last 25 years building a life with someone I thought I knew. Tonight, standing in our living room surrounded by friends and family, I discovered I was married to a stranger. Let me start from the beginning. I met Marcus when I was 27. He was 30, charming in that quiet, steady way that made you feel safe. We met at a charity gala where I was working as an event coordinator. He spilled champagne on my dress, apologized profusely, and somehow turned my worst night into the beginning of our story. Marcus was an accountant, reliable, predictable. He brought me coffee every Sunday morning, remembered my mother's birthday, and never missed our anniversary. For 25 years, we built something I thought was unshakable. We didn't have children, though we tried. That heartbreak had bonded us, or so I believed. We poured our love into our careers, our home, and each other. I started a small business, a boutique consulting firm helping women entrepreneurs launch their dreams. It grew slowly, steadily, just like our marriage. 10 years ago, I bought the apartment we lived in, a beautiful corner unit downtown with floor-to-ceiling windows. It was my gift to us. Marcus had been going through a rough patch at work, his firm downsizing, and I wanted him to feel secure. The deed went in my name because my credit was stronger, and honestly, he seemed relieved not to handle the paperwork. That apartment became our sanctuary. Last month, Marcus started acting differently. He'd smile at his phone, stay late at the office, buy new cologne. I noticed but said nothing. After 25 years, you learned when to speak and when to observe. I told myself I was imagining things. We were planning our anniversary party. After all, 200 guests, catered dinner, a live jazz band. Marcus insisted on making a speech. The night arrived. I wore a champagne-colored gown that hugged my curves, elegant jewelry that caught the light, my hair styled in soft waves. I felt beautiful, powerful, ready to celebrate a quarter century of love. The apartment glowed with candlelight. Our guests mingled, laughed, toasted us with champagne. My best friend, Diane, squeezed my hand. 25 years. Vicky, you two are goals. I smiled, but something felt off. Marcus was nervous, fidgeting with his glass, checking his watch. When he finally stood to give his speech, the room fell silent. Thank you all for coming, he began, his voice steady but distant. Victoria and I have shared 25 years together. 25 years of memories, of growth, of partnership. I smiled, waiting for the sweet sentiments, the nostalgic stories. Then his tone shifted. But I've been doing some thinking lately, Marcus continued, and my stomach dropped. 25 years is a long time. Long enough to realize that sometime as a broken bar sometimes we outgrow the lives we've built. Diane's grip on my hand tightened. The room felt smaller, the air thinner. I want to be honest tonight, Marcus said, looking not at me but at a young woman standing near the back. She couldn't have been more than 30, pretty in that fresh and lined way. My heart cracked. I've met someone who makes me feel alive again. Someone who reminds me that life is still full of possibilities. Gasps rippled through the crowd. I stood frozen, my mind trying to process what was happening. 25 years is enough, Marcus announced, his voice gaining confidence. I want someone younger, someone who can give me the energy, the excitement I deserve. Victoria, I want you out of the apartment tomorrow. Silence. Complete, suffocating silence. 200 people stared at me, waiting to see if I would crumble, waiting to watch the humiliated wife break down in front of everyone. But something happened in that moment. Instead of shame, I felt clarity. Cold, crystalline clarity. I stood, smoothing my dress, and walked calmly to where Marcus stood. I took the microphone from his hand, my movements deliberate, controlled. Thank you, Marcus, I said, my voice steady and warm, as if he'd just paid me a compliment. That was quite the announcement. I turned to face our guests, making eye contact with familiar faces, people we'd known for years. I appreciate my husband's honesty, I continued. 25 years is indeed a long time. Long enough to build a successful business, long enough to invest wisely, long enough to purchase this beautiful apartment we're standing in. I paused, letting that sink in. The apartment that is entirely in my name. The apartment that Marcus seems to have forgotten I own. His face went pale. I watched the realization dawn, the confidence draining away. "Marcus, darling," I said, my tone still gentle, still calm. "You want someone younger, you want excitement, you want me out tomorrow." I smiled, a real smile this time. "No, sweetheart, you'll be the one leaving tonight, actually. And you can take your young friend with you. I'm sure she'll enjoy the view from whatever motel you can afford on your accountant's salary." The room erupted. Some people gasped, others cheered. Diane started laughing, a rich, joyful sound. Marcus stood speechless, his mouth opening and closing like a fish. "Oh, and one more thing," I added, leaning closer so only he could hear. "Those late nights at the office, I knew about her 3 months ago. I hired an investigator. I have photographs, emails, text messages, everything I need for the divorce attorney I retained last week. You'll get exactly what the prenup allows, which if you recall, is very little." I handed the microphone to our band leader. "Could we have something upbeat, please? I think it's time for a real celebration." As music filled the room, I watched Marcus stumble toward the door, his young girlfriend hurrying after him. Our guests surrounded me, offering hugs, support, shocked congratulations. Diane brought me a fresh glass of champagne. "Vicky, that was the most incredible thing I have ever witnessed." I took a sip, looking around my beautiful home, at the friends who truly mattered, at the life I'd built with my own hands. "I learned something tonight," I said softly. 25 years wasn't wasted. It taught me exactly what I'm worth, and it's so much more than a man who mistakes loyalty for weakness. The party continued late into the night. Without Marcus, it became lighter, freer, more genuine. Women approached me throughout the evening, sharing their own stories of betrayal and survival, of finding strength in unexpected moments. 3 months have passed now. The divorce is progressing smoothly. Marcus discovered that starting over at 55 with no assets is considerably harder than he imagined. His young girlfriend left him within 6 weeks, surprised to learn he wasn't the successful man he'd pretended to be. As for me, my business is thriving. I've started dating again, casually, enjoying the freedom to choose what I want. But mostly, I'm rediscovering myself, the woman who existed before Marcus, and the stronger woman who emerged after him. I still live in my apartment. Sometimes I stand at those floor-to-ceiling windows and look out at the city lights, feeling grateful. Not for the years with Marcus, but for the moment I found my voice, the moment I refused to be diminished. 25 years taught me that love without respect is just another form of loneliness, that kindness to others must include kindness to yourself, that sometimes the greatest act of love is letting go of people who no longer see your value. And on quiet evenings, when I pour myself a glass of wine and watch the sunset paint the sky, I smile, because I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, in the home I built, living the life I earned, surrounded by people who truly celebrate me. Marcus wanted someone younger, but what he got was a powerful lesson. Never underestimate the woman who's been standing beside you, especially when she's the one who's been holding everything together all along. That anniversary party became legendary among our friends. The night Victoria Hayes reminded everyone that grace and strength aren't opposites, they're partners, dancing together, creating something beautiful from betrayal. And that's a wisdom worth more than 25 years with the wrong person. A